Death Row confronted Eminem, and Reggie actually stopped it and said M had nothing to do with it. He said Jimmy Iovine's assistant, Dean, was with M during the confrontation, and he looked at Reggie like, what's going on?
Pin it up.
Were you present during the In the Club video shoot in LA where Suge Knight showed up with like 50 dudes?
No, I wasn't there. No, I was not. Why wasn't I there? No, I was not there. I was managing D12 at that. Something,
Because Proof was definitely there. D12 was there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe Rico was out on that trip because we would divvy up. Like I would stay home in IDM business, or he would go out. We was back and forth, yeah.
They said M came out with the bulletproof vest on, ready to get busy.
Yes.
Do you know who Reggie Wright Jr. is?
Yeah, I heard of Reggie Wright. Yeah. I watched the show sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the head of Death Row Security back in the day, and he served like as president when Suge went to jail and everything. Right. Shout out to Reggie. That was like one of my first interviews ever was with Reggie Wright Jr., right? And he spoke about at the 1999 Source Awards, Death Row.
Wait a minute, did you do that? Did you do that with Reggie Wright and Choke No Joke or something?
No. Oh. No, it was just me
and boys.
Reggie. What?
Ain't Choke No Joke and Reggie boys?
I don't know.
No, I'm messing with you. They bitter enemies. I fucking with you. You always
okay.
No, they bitter enemies. They bitter enemies. Reggie and Choke are bitter enemies.
Right.
But no, what you saying? Go ahead. I just want to mess you out.
No, I was saying that when I interviewed Reggie, he spoke about the 1999 Source Awards where Death Row confronted Eminem.
Right.
Were you there?
Where Death Row? Wait a minute. The Source Awards? What?
Yeah, in 1999.
Impossible. Suge, what? What did he say?
Well, let me tell you what he said, right? So he said that Death Row confronted Eminem, and Reggie actually stopped it and said M had nothing to do with it. He said Jimmy Iovine's assistant, Dean, was with M during the confrontation, and he looked at Reggie like, what's going on? And Reggie said that Suge actually always liked M. He never had any issues with M. He thought M was a funny guy.
Right.
He said M wasn't scared or anything in the situation, but he was like maybe caught off guard, like what's going on. Man, roll the clip.
It wasn't even about a beef about Dre or anything. It was just go there. Now they saw him and they knew it was a problem. But there was this dude named Dean that was an ill assistant that was, well, actually it was Jimmy Iovine's assistant, but he was with him. And Dean looked at me like, Reggie, what's going on? what? I was like, nah, we can't do a Dean here. If he was by himself with him with his bodyguard, he might have been some problem, but it was Dean. And Suge ain't never really had no problem with him, to be honest. Suge always liked him, to be honest. He always said he was a funny guy. And so he always kind of liked him, to be honest.
What was Eminem's reaction when he got approached by all them dudes?
He was just looking, he didn't say that. It wasn't like he was scared or shaking or nothing, but he was just like, what's up? But Dean jumped in the middle, and they saw me, and once Dean knew, he saw Reggie, he knew it would be all good. Cause Dean, they knew that I was normally a peacemaker, but the more importantly, Dean knew that I needed him. But that was my key to get to Jimmy whenever I needed to.
So did he look relieved when you called them off?
Oh yeah, they would love to stay down. Shit, oh yeah. But I don't care. Shit, if it would have been 20 of the M people around me, I would have been like, what the fuck, I might have acted a little tougher and try to talk my way out of it. But shit, deep down inside, okay, you see 10, it wasn't that many guys. It was 10 or 20 of us sitting in the auditorium, but it was probably only, Pooh Rider was definitely one of them. There was only about 3 or 4 of them that jumped around there and he was about to do something bad to one.
Gotcha.
But fortunately, They were listening to me.
So he didn't say anything. He just walked off.
Yeah, they just kept walking. After I told them, they good, they are. They just kept walking down the aisle.
But the Source Awards, because, God, dog, the Source Awards in 99, man, I really got to think, because M first album, I remember we were all happy. It came out in February of 99. And that summer, M got on the Warped Tour. M was doing spot dates. And so I'm
The
trying
Source
to
Awards
think.
in 99 was in August too.
And that's one that I gotta really, I know I can't think about it on camera, but I remember M was so busy because for one, that was first time like M was starting seeing money, right? Because he comes up, he didn't come up with a silver spoon. And at that year, M was super busy, and he was super busy because, hey, How My Name Is was breaking records, Guilty Conscience was blowing up, and M was just staying. He just was like, hey, him and Paul was like, hey, we whatever we take, we gonna take. We gotta get this. Cause we don't know. Hey, this is our doors opening. We're about to come in and snatch some shit. And I just remember 99 was so busy, man. Like I said, M got that, he was on that Warped Tour, and that was like 2 shows a day. Sometimes work would be 2 shows a day. And then that summer was crazy. And sometimes I would be on that tour. Like I would make a appearance, because Proof was the hype man on that tour with, he was part of the Eminem show on that tour. And I remember we did a couple of holiday shows. Like we did that was when the 99, but 99 making it into 2000. So everybody was tripping about that operation where they thought the clocks were gonna go back and all of that crazy stuff.
Right. Where they were even saying like turn off your computer before the midnight, right?
Yeah.
Before the
And
Y2K.
What was happening? Yeah, Y2K. Yeah, and we were in New York. It was only a small litany of us because M did a show they had reopened 54 Club Studio 54, and we had went there. M did a show at the studio at the Studio 54 show. And that was crazy. It was really just a small army of us then. D12 didn't make it. It was me, Proof, of course, Eminem, Paul. He lived out there. We were in a small force, so I don't even remember. Like, my God, I'm trying to really, really remember. During that time, I don't even know if they did the Source. I think they did do the Source Awards. I think.
Let me tell you this though, okay? So he was up for New Artist of the Year, Solo Artist of the Year, and he lost to Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
His former bodyguard, Big Nas, spoke about the confrontation as well in an interview with Cam Capone. Shout out to my guy Cam Capone. And he said that the confrontation did happen at the 1999 Source Awards, but his version of it was that he got involved and he stopped it.
Okay.
He didn't say anything about Reggie, but he said that he was there and he was like, what's going on? But he said that at that Source Awards, M presented the award to DMX. And I think DMX won best live performance or something like that.
Okay. I could see that. I could see it, but once again, different days and times, they all came together. So like, man, every day it was something new and something new. I mean, it was so fucking much going on at that time, man. Everything. Now I wasn't around because honestly, we was just getting the D12 movement together at that time. So we were like just, and it's so funny you say that because that's when in August of 99 is when I formed a management company with Rico. Because I was looking through some of our old records and some of our old corporations, I believe that was August of '99. So basically, we were at home getting the whole D12 organized in business. So I know I wasn't there. I know nobody really, and we didn't really have a budget to really like go out. It was, man, everybody was on the grind. Everybody was just start seeing money at that time.